The Curse of Erelu's Forest. The village of Adegborua lay nestled between two ancient hills, surrounded by vast forests that stretched endlessly into the horizon. The people were simple, hard-working, and deeply spiritual. They revered the gods and respected the spirits that roamed their land. Yet, there was one place everyone feared, Erelu's forest, an eerie expanse that no one dared to enter. The elders said it was cursed, a place where the spirits of the wronged sought vengeance, and where the supernatural thrived unchecked. The beginning of the curse. Centuries ago, the forest had been ruled by Erelu Aduni, a priestess of unimaginable power. She was the chosen intermediary between the gods and the people. However, her power attracted envy and greed. One fateful day, the chiefs of Adegborua accused her of witchcraft, claiming she was using her abilities to control the minds of the people. Without a fair trial, they sentenced her to death. As she was dragged into the forest, Erelu Aduni swore an oath with the earth beneath her feet. "By the gods who gave me life, by the spirits of the ancestors, this forest shall forever carry my wrath. Anyone who dares to betray the innocent, anyone who enters this place with greed in their hearts, shall perish." Erelu was buried alive in the heart of the forest. From that day, strange things began to happen. Hunters who ventured too deep into the forest disappeared. Villagers reported hearing whispers in the wind and seeing glowing eyes in the darkness. It was said that Erelu's spirit had become one with the forest, watching, waiting, and punishing the guilty. A new generations passed, and the story of Erelu became a tale told to scare disobedient children. The forest was left untouched, its trees growing so thick that sunlight barely pierced through the canopy. Yet the fear remained. In the present day, a young man named Adeola grew tired of the stories. Adeola was ambitious and restless, determined to carve out his own destiny. He was the son of a hunter, but he dreamed of wealth and power beyond what the village could offer. When he heard rumors of a hidden treasure buried in Erelu's forest, he decided it was time to challenge the curse. The treasure was said to be an ancient golden staff, blessed by the gods and hidden by Erelu herself. It was said that whoever wielded it would command the elements and become invincible. The thought of such power blinded Adeola to the warnings of the elders and the pleas of his childhood friend, Abeni, who begged him to stay away. "Do you not fear the wrath of Erelu?" she asked, her voice trembling. Adeola smirked. "Fear is for the weak, Abeni. If the staff is truly there, then it belongs to me. I will return with riches and power, and I will make this village bow before me." The journey into darkness. On the night of a full moon, Adeola entered the forest armed with his father's hunting knife and a lantern. The air was thick with a strange silence, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the occasional cry of an owl. As he ventured deeper, the trees seemed to close in around him, their twisted branches like skeletal hands reaching for his soul. Hours passed, and the forest grew darker. Adeola felt eyes watching him, though he saw no one. He began to hear whispers, faint at first, then louder. They called his name, mocking and taunting him. "Who are you to disturb this sacred ground?" a voice hissed. "I seek the staff of Erelu," Adeola replied boldly, though his hands trembled. "I will not leave until I have it." The forest seemed to laugh, the sound echoing through the trees. "Then you shall face her trials." The trials of Erelu. Suddenly, the ground beneath Adeola's feet shifted, and he found himself in a clearing lit by an unnatural red glow. In the center stood a tall, shadowy figure, a woman with glowing eyes and hair that flowed like smoke. It was Erelu Aduni, her spirit more powerful than Adeola could have imagined. "You dare to seek what is not yours?" she asked, her voice thunderous. "Very well. Prove your worth if you can." The first trial was of courage. Erelu summoned a horde of monstrous creatures, half human, half beast, that snarled and snapped at Adeola. He fought them off with his knife, his fear giving way to determination. The second trial was of truth. Erelu conjured a vision of Adeola's father, who accused him of greed and betrayal. You were meant to honor the gods, not defy them, the vision roared. Adeola struggled to defend himself, but the weight of his actions bore down on him. The final trial was of sacrifice. Erelu demanded that Adeola give up something precious to him, his life, his dreams, or the memory of Abeni. Desperate and broken, Adeola refused to choose. I will not give up anything. I came here for power, and I will have it. Erelu's eyes burned brighter. Then you shall have your reward. The curse unleashed. The ground cracked open, and the golden staff rose before Adeola. He reached for it, but the moment his fingers touched it, he screamed. The power surged through him, but it was not a blessing, it was a curse. The staff consumed him, turning his body into a vessel for Erelu's wrath. He became a creature of the forest, bound to its darkness for eternity. When Adeola did not return, Abeni gathered the elders and led a search party. They found no trace of him, only his lantern and the eerie whispers of the forest. The village mourned his loss, but they knew the truth. Erelu's curse had claimed another soul. The legacy of Erelu. Years later, the villagers continued to speak of Adeola's fate as a warning to the young and ambitious. Erelu's forest remained untouched, a place where the supernatural reigned supreme. And in the heart of the forest, a shadowy figure could sometimes be seen, holding a golden staff and watching over the cursed land, a reminder that greed and defiance had no place in the sacred balance of the world.